Well, rumor has it Tesla missed earnings today, so let's cue one of our favorite sound effects. Actually, it's not that bad. It was expected. But let's look at the ramifications of it for our favorite TSLY fund and for Tesla stock itself. So far, Tesla stock, you might expect it to be free falling in the after hours trading, but it's actually not. It's only down about $10 a share. So you'll see here on the Yahoo Finance screen, it dropped today to $180.59. And in the after hours, it's actually only down to 169.63. So it hasn't dropped that much. 1 year target estimate still 197.13. And earnings were just reported after hours. So it actually could be worse, I guess. Now, hold on a second here, because what I'm seeing was this Q4 2022, because it looks like a slight beat, actually. The next one's not till July 18th for Q1 2023. I get confused on these based on what Yahoo shows, but anyway, whether it was a slight beat or a miss, it's still negatively affecting the stock. So when the stock opens tomorrow, it could continue dropping even more than this. So yeah, that's that. So only down about $10 a share so far. Now TSLY, it was down to actually a better buying point. It dropped to 14.68 today, down 32 cents. And in the after hours, it's down to 14.44. So maybe I should have waited a couple days to get into it at a cheaper price, but I'm in now, so gotta roll with the punches. And of course, there's another Chili's ad on top. I seem to get a lot of those. So good morning. What's this? We still got 30 minutes of evening left to go before midnight on the East Coast, but close enough. Good to see you back again. It's been a couple of videos. So, all right, Tesla. Yeah, Tesla earnings missed the boat today. And so TSLY, I really don't think anything changes as far as our strategy on this one. I think if anything, just maybe buy some more shares. But I'm still really bullish on Tesla for the rest of this year, and I've been getting some pretty good comments, actually really good comments, really good discussions in the actual thread. Let me see if I just go to my comment thread here on the channel and show some of these here, because we'll read through them. Because a lot of you that are following my videos lately really know your stuff, and it's really impressive. So some comments that we don't get on the live stream, we get, of course, once the video is posted in the comment section. That's actually probably where a majority of the comments come from. So let me do this. Let me stop this screen and then go to this screen over here to show some comments from the channel. So had a commenter point out the inverse fund for ARK is actually SARK. It's a fund that is short ARKK, and they schooled me on what inverse means, which I actually already knew what it meant. But for some reason, I just errantly said that OARK was the inverse, which it's not. And then had a good discussion here with Rob Smith on the TSLY, and I figured I'd just go over this one. He said, wonder what the dividend will pay out on APLY. Yeah, we're kind of all wondering on that one. He thinks he'll invest in all of them, but do maybe a 30,000 split between all the shares and market sell if they fall. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we talked about the Goff fund, which I think that's really a stable one. That's been paying dividends like for 15 years or so. And then got a link to another channel, which was buying into APLY, but the guy showed his brokerage account, and the unrealized gain looked a little concerning. And then what was this person here, KJK Good, actually calls the fund people and actually talks to them about different ramifications, and kind of asks really good questions on what about this, what about that, is the fund safe for this and that. So really solid research there. Highly recommend you all read through the comment section and maybe join in the discussion there. And then let's see. And yeah, everybody was kind of anticipating the Tesla missing earnings today, which it did. So it's not a huge surprise. We didn't necessarily need to cue the air raid siren music at the beginning of the video, but kind of helps make things a little more dramatic, I guess. Anyway, so those are some good comments I just wanted to call out there. And let's see, what else can we talk about here? So, oh, just a reminder, the other funds that are going to be in the fund family for the yield max are going to be, let's see, let me go back to yield max. And we don't have a date for the rest of these, but oh, we can actually look at how APLY did today. And I'll buy more of you some time to show up and leave me some good comments that I can go over here in the live stream. So let's see, let me go back to Yahoo Finance. Now we're supposed to be we usually have been doing our podcast on Wednesdays, but I think we're going to do it tomorrow. And we may have two guests. I'm not even sure who they are yet, but we may have two surprise guests for you all tomorrow. And I'm working on some more for the next podcast. But anyway, so I think the market overall was down today. I didn't really follow it too closely. Just kind of had other things I was doing, like working. So Title Trust Roman numeral 2, APLY, was actually up 8 cents today from 2020. Now it's up to 2028. So after 2 days of performance in this one, that's where we are. And we hit intraday highs of 2032 twice. So that's where we are with that one. Now let me see if I look at yield max. Let's do this here, yield max. Let's go to the website and just look at, as a reminder, all of them that are coming. So far we have OARK, we have TSLY, newest addition to the family, APLY, and then NVDY for NVIDIA is supposed to be coming soon. When that's coming, I'm not quite sure, but it should be soon because APLY just debuted yesterday. So, and then you can subscribe and sign up if you're interested in Yield Max's information. You can definitely sign up for that. Yeah, so yeah, APLY went up today, definitely. Apple is opening up savings accounts now too at 5% APR. For a savings account, that's really good. That's like what a CD is paying. And I think with savings, you don't really have to tie up your money too long. And let's see, careful though, because all the yield max stocks start at $20, then steadily decline. Well, that's because of the dividends, it seems like. So if you can offset what it loses with the dividends, you still come out okay if you can get more dividend income and whatnot. So I have noticed that with all of them though. That is kind of a little bit of a drawback. But yeah, no, I really like these funds though. So let's see, we've got 6 live viewers. Let's get some comments out of the rest of you. Let's see, what else can we go into here? So yield max, like I said, I'm really kind of fully focused on these right now because this is really the most exciting group of funds that I've come across. So yeah, we have right now OARK still yielding 38.99%. TSLY is yielding 67% according to this, and not the upside down 75% in the thumbnail. All right, let's see. We have a Robert Smith sighting on the live stream. He says, I am down 36,816 in Tesla and TSLY. Oh, that doesn't sound too good, but I know you have a lot of shares. So percentage-wise, that's probably not much. Freaking Wall Street, the earnings were really not that bad. It was just, well, that's what happens. They oversell. That's why sometimes you got to trade put options and call options because you're basically making money off of other people's irrationality. It's good when you can catch it on the call option side and you get those earnings blasts, but sometimes it works inversely on the put side. But you know what? You have to really kind of take advantage of, like I say, irrational behavior. Like you said, freaking Wall Street. But yeah, sometimes you got to take advantage of it. Maybe buy some more cheaper, maybe dollar cost average down. Hopefully you didn't get any stop losses triggered from that one. But yeah, it's really, it's like the media, they kind of sensationalize everything. So it's not as bad as it seems. Like a real bad earnings miss from Tesla would usually result in the fund or the stock down like 10% or something, which for Tesla, that would be, if it was down 10%, that would be like $18. So, and it's only down like 10 in the after hours. But who knows, when the market opens tomorrow, it could drop even more. So let's see. I'm going to look at my phone here and see what news we have here. Elon Musk says Tesla is likely to launch full self-drive technology this year. Well, that's good news. Wall Street Journal analysis: Tesla counts the cost of its price war. I didn't even know it was in a price war, but I haven't been following that close, but I am now following more closely because I am technically a shareholder because I'm in TSLY. CNBC says Tesla needs a clearer outlook on margins, says futures funds Gary Black. Wall Street Journal: Tesla earnings dented by price cuts. What price cuts? Anyone want to comment what price cuts there are? Because I don't follow Tesla's everyday pricing. So The Street says Elon Musk reveals delivery date of the Cybertruck. Now I heard that was coming this year, but let's see. Do we have a date? Let's see if this article actually gives us a date. Let's see here. Oh, another comment. Quick off the top question: do you trade and invest as yourself or under an LLC? I actually want to trade under an LLC. Not to give too much information away here, but that is the long-term goal. It would be better from a tax standpoint. Like, you could actually kind of do a business like under an LLC and, like, pay yourself. But none of this is tax advice. Those are just things I've heard people talk about, like over drinks at a bar. So definitely not advice. Just things just rumors I've heard. Um, so anyway, hope that somewhat answers your question. Okay, so it looks like Elon Musk says the Cybertruck is due around the end of quarter 3. So not a specific date, but the end of quarter 3. That would definitely be exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing Cybertrucks on the road. Let me see if I can pull that up here, just the image of the Cybertruck. It is a cool looking vehicle for sure. Let's see here. Tesla Cybertruck. I'm not aware of like the price wars going on and whatnot. See, we can actually, Tesla.com, you can design your Cybertruck. Well, let's look at it. Let's see here. Since I got 8 live viewers, keep commenting away, by the way. Ask me some questions, give me some ideas to talk about here, since I'm pretty much done covering Tesla earnings. Oh, let's see. LD350 showed up. Found out today that APY yield could be between 24 and 32%. Where did you find that? Any articles or anything? I'm interested to see, to read that myself, if you have like a source on that. Okay, so here's the Cybertruck. So let's see. This is the Tesla site. Order now. Let's see. At the top, we got Model S, Model 3, Model X, Model Y, solar roof, solar panels, and Powerwall. So interesting. I guess if you have a solar roof on your Tesla, it could charge itself. But I have to tell you, being from Florida, we had a major hurricane in September, and a lot of Teslas blew up in the storm surge down in Fort Myers, where the center of the storm hit. So that kind of made me less excited about electric vehicles, because I feel like the technology is not 100% still. But anyway, this is what the Cybertruck looks like. I mean, it definitely looks like something out of a sci-fi film. Looks really cool for sure. And this would be, if you're a stockholder in Tesla, you like to see the tangible products that your investment is going to producing. So this is how it would look in concept. Looks like it's got like a big bed, for a truck. Oh, and it can haul too. Look at that. It looks like you can even buy it with the custom trailer. And look at that. It's got a little ATV, a little Cyber ATV. I wonder if that charges electrically. That's how the inside of it would look. I mean, hey, I really like it. And look, you could even be out camping with it. And it's got like a topper. It's really neat for sure. With up to 3,500 pounds. Oh, this just scrolled here. Let's see. With up to 3,500 pounds of payload capacity and adjustable air suspension, the Cybertruck is the most powerful tool we've ever built. Oh, come on, stop scrolling. Engineered with 100 cubic feet of exterior lockable storage, including a magic tonneau cover that is strong enough to stand on, vault-like storage. Oh, so it just describes everything you see in the picture here. Rugged strength, adaptive air suspension, flexible interior, awesome adaptability. Hey, maybe one day I'll do a video from a Cybertruck because I've already got a video where I drove a Tesla Model 3, actually a friend's Tesla, and so maybe one day I'll have a video driving a Cybertruck on here. That'll be really cool. Performance and efficiency. Oh, here's a quick clip of it. Now entering a new class of strength, speed, and versatility, only possible with an all-electric design. The powerful drivetrain and low center of gravity provides extraordinary traction control and torque, enabling acceleration from 0 to 60 in as little as 2.9 seconds and up to 500 miles of range. Sounds exciting. Jeez, I feel like a car salesman now. Okay, did we find that article about the APLY dividend? Because I'm anxious to see that. Any other comments here from the 6 of you that are watching live? Or should we just keep talking about the Cybertruck? I don't know, I'm kind of out of material for this video, but I can keep going. As long as I have live viewers, I can definitely keep going. So let's see, what else can we talk about here? Since I'm on Tesla's site, I never really look around on Tesla's site, but I can play around here. Okay, order now. Let's see if we're gonna order a Cybertruck now. Let's do it now. No, we're not gonna do it now. Now, what is this? Only $100 down for a Cybertruck? That's crazy. Only $100 down. Really? An order with a card? I want to just click this just to see. Fully refundable. Your $100 down payment. That seems very low. I mean, I would think just about anybody could do that. Just about anybody could come up with $100. I mean, is that really? I mean, I'm sure you're gonna have to put way more down if you get further, in the process. And I'm sure there's a huge waiting list too. But anyway, so if I was to own a Tesla, which I'm probably very unlikely to at this point, I'd probably either have, which one was the cheaper one? Was it the Model S? I think it was the Model S. That's what my friend had, the one I drove. 400-mile range, 200 miles per hour top speed. Oh, I don't know if it was that one. I don't think his went up to 200 miles per hour. This one has a 350. It might have been this one, the Model 3. They kind of look the same. The one that I think is kind of ugly is the big SUV looking one. No offense to any of you in the audience that drive that, but I just think it's kind of ugly looking. That's the Model X. The Model Y, that one's a little more compact. Solar roof, so I guess it could charge itself. Oh wait, that's just for your house. And Elon Musk has that. What is it called? Cybernet. The internet, like from the satellites in space, works pretty good. I know there was a waiting list for that too. So I guess this is solar panels directly from Tesla. But the thing is, at this point where we are with this technology, you would have to live in your house like pretty much for life to ever recoup your cost of solar panels, unless you live in a state like California where the electricity is kind of like really astronomical. So let's see here. And speaking of California residents, I think you're one, actually, based on your comments. You said, yes, Tesla is the only EV maker that makes a profit. Yes, CT will be revealed at, the Cybertruck, September. Interesting. The Cybertruck can tow 15,000 pounds. I'm going to go camping in mine. Sounds cool. You'll have to send us like a quick clip of you camping in your Cybertruck when you get it. And then Glenn Skirka says, hey guys. So thanks for that. You have any other comments for us other than that? We'd definitely be happy to entertain any questions or comments from you. So anyway, yeah, so that's the Tesla site, just kind of looking around here. And yeah, I think Tesla stock's going to be fine. I think with all these products coming, definitely, I think there's nothing to worry about. I think if anything, you just got a discount from Uncle Elon on Tesla and TSLY. So nothing really to worry about. Now let's see. Since I'm not on Tesla's site too often, just kind of looking around here live with all of you all. Oh, there's the wall connector. Now I heard they actually made it. It used to be an accessory that came with the cars. Now you have to actually buy it, from what I've heard. Oh, Tesla clothing too. How about that? The wall connector. Oh, look, your bike can go on top. That's cool. But the thing is, if you're way out, I mean, there aren't charging stations just everywhere. And some of these are taking like 10 hours or so. You almost have to like get a hotel and just go to sleep while your car's charging. So the technology, I still think, has some ways to go. And I heard that the costs to mine this lithium and stuff, I heard it's really exorbitant. So maybe some of you know more about that than I do. Let's see. 1.5 million pre-orders on CT. Well, I would expect so if there's only $100 deposit. That seems kind of insane. Investors think the actual orders will come in at around 1.3 million. Oh, so it's already exceeded what investors think. Who comes up with these numbers? Is it like these actuaries or these CFA type people? I wonder who comes up with these estimates. They seem like they're not too hard. And then we got an ouch. Guess you lost money today too. And then, oh, there's Damon Rydell. Tesla hammered me today. I'm wondering on your car channel, do you have any Teslas on your car channel? Definitely looks like you have a cool channel there. But yeah, I think all of us that are in this fund got a little bit dinged today. But like I said, I think it's going to come back for sure. So let's see. Go back to Tesla site here, and we'll let some more comments come in. Model 3, Model X. So each one has different accessories. There's charging, apparel. Okay, so enough of that. Let me look up, since we haven't gotten that article yet about the APLY dividends, let me look that up real quick. APLY dividends. Permanent fund. Oh, this is something else. APLY. Dividend history. Here's benzinga.com. I see a lot of ads come in from them. Let me see if there's any news articles on this. One day ago from NASDAQ. Oh, here's this sub-advisor Zega. This is what one of the commenters that calls these fund companies comes up with. I think this is the other name for them. Today, Toroso Investments, through its white label business, rolled out another single security exchange traded fund from sub-advisor Zega Financial. That's what it's called. That applies an option strategy to Apple stock. The YieldMax AAPL option income strategy uses a synthetic covered call strategy to generate income, along with providing exposure to the performance of the fund's reference stock. It's funny. I'm going to crack a little joke here, but it's not meant to offend anybody. I wonder how many older investors, when they sit there and if they hear the word synthetic, their mind just goes, nope, not touching that. I'll stick to my CDs, because it's the word synthetic almost sounds like a scientific term, but or too complicated. So anyway, not trying to offend anybody. I just know that a lot of people get really, really conservative with their investing, in a lot of cases to their own peril. Okay, let's see. We've got some more comments here. Glenn Skirka came up with, yeah, I've got an electric car, not a Tesla. So what's your electric car? A Rivian or some other? I'm trying to think of the electric cars that are out there. And then Rob Smith says, I drive a Y and it's the best car I've ever owned. That's good. No, it takes like 20 minutes on a supercharger. Yeah, but how much is a supercharger? Charge at home, since I owned it, I have saved $6,500 in gas costs. The app shows you. Oh, I know, because my friends do the same thing. They actually live in California too. But I know your electricity rates are exorbitant out there. I think here in Florida, we're not quite at that level. We're still fairly reasonable, but I almost feel like they want these electricity rates to get higher so that more people move on to these. But like I said, look up the incident that happened here in Florida during the hurricane, the storm surge, where they were like blowing up and stuff. I would hope they have that worked out by now, because that definitely is concerning. And then let's see, Glenn Skirka says passive income investing has nothing to do with the share price, nothing to fear. Oh, yeah, like collecting the dividends. Yeah, I tend to agree. So yeah, I don't think we have anything to worry about here. And let's see here. NVDL. I haven't heard of NVDL. And AAPD. Oh, those are like the inverse ones. I had a commenter point those out today. Let's see where we are here. This article refers to Elon Musk as the serial entrepreneur who is the best salesman for the products and services developed by his companies, then created excitement around the Cybertruck as he's been doing for several months. All right. Okay, I'm going to look up NVDL real quick here. Okay. Oh, you're saying it's not bad, really? Well, I guess if you're used to it, if you're used to those costs, it's probably Doesn't bite as much. 16 cents kilowatt hour. You get special rates for EV on SCE. $5 for 20 minutes. Oh, like if you go to a charging station. I'm just concerned, like, say you were going to go on like a cross country trip and you're going to drive like through the desert or some remote areas. There could not be a charger for a while, but I know they're working on that. And then let's see here. Glenn Skirka. All right, another good comment here. They just straddle the covered calls, nothing new. It's an old strategy. Yeah, I'm still, believe it or not, I'm still learning about options myself. There's uh, a lot to know for sure. But I'm glad I have a good audience that really has mastered it. So let's see. There was something else I was going to look up here. Oh, in NVDL. NVDL is long Nvidia daily ETF. Oh, is this like a 1.5x? I didn't even know this one existed. But I have a feeling. Oh no, there's the plus sign. I thought I had it added to my list for a second here. How long is this? Oh, this one just went public. Look at that. Best kept secret here. I think I have a new fund to cover. Why haven't I gotten a comment about this before? NVDL is up 164% this year, and I haven't gotten a comment on it. So you know what? I'm going to go back to your comment and put this up again. Where was it? LD350. How is this the first comment that I've gotten on a fund that's done 164%? I'm going to pull this one up now. Okay, since January 5th. So this went public December 13th, and it's up 80% since December 13th. But let's see, since January 5th, we're up like 163%. Wow, that's one to be in for sure. Now, what's the other one you mentioned? AAPD. Sounds like Apple Police Department. Direction shares. Oh, no chart available. Why is that, Apple? It's your own fund, and the Apple iPhone's not showing it. That's, oh, wait a minute, because that's something different. This is funky sometimes. Since August 10th, it actually looks like it went public August 10th. We're down 4.4%. We were up like 29%. And let's see, we've been dropping actually. So is this like, dare I say, an inverse Apple fund? I know if I get this wrong, I'll get scolded in the comments. I mean, in the post video comments, not necessarily the live comments. Although it would be fun to get these live, you know. So let's see here. We went over that one. And then you said, I like SJIM. Is that like Slim Jim or something? That's the first thing that comes to mind. Let me look this one up though. SJIM. Oh no, Northern Lights Fund Trust IV. Inverse Kramer. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Kramer, he's a moron. I did a video on him. He everything he says, like remember in '08 he said buy Bear Stearns and then it went bankrupt. Well, JP Morgan actually bought them up, but I love that one. That's probably my favorite fund, the Inverse Kramer fund. How long is this one? Since March 2nd. You know, I've heard jokes about this, but I didn't know one existed yet. But yeah, that guy, I don't even know how that guy even has a TV show, honestly. That guy is a dunce with a capital D. Okay, LD350 said usually taking the implied volatility and taper up at 5%. Apple is around 24%. Wow, you all are geniuses on here. I've got a genius level audience. Amazing. Um, and I know you're geniuses even before you comment just because you watch this channel. So, you know, that kind of goes without saying. But anyway, so you said Apple is around 24%, especially on first offering and first income payment coming. It's a lot to digest there. I'm not sure I fully understand your comment. Taking implied volatility taper up at 5%. Apple is around 24%, especially on first offering, first income payment coming. Is that in that fund? I'm not sure if you're talking covered calls or if you're actually trading in and out of that one fund. But hey, good comments. Some of you guys are making me feel dumb. But that's a good thing. You never want to be the smartest person in the room, right? They say if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Okay. Glenn Skirka says, I've driven a Mitsubishi IMEV for about years. Can't we get a number of years? And I've never heard of an IMEV, but hey, good for you. You're driving an electric car, so you're doing your part to help out, right? Okay, and then Rob Smith says, no, that's why Tesla is the best. Chargers are everywhere. Interesting. The computer in the car drives you to each charger. Ooh, self-driving cars. So I have been on long road trips and no big deal. Interesting. But if you drive through like if you say you drive like from Vegas, you drive all the way up the Nevada desert or from like Vegas to LA, there's chargers all along that route. I'm not sure. Maybe there are, but I can't recall because I made a similar drive like a year ago and I don't know if there were or not. But I do know Tesla, they actually tell you and they tell you the speed limits and stuff. They give you a lot of really good information on there. Let's see here. LD, so you didn't hear that from an actual source. You're just guessing. Sorry, just doing the math. No article. I know I'm kind of bummed out too. I wanted an article, but he's probably right. If you just judge by what OA is it OARK? If you just judge by what their dividends were, he's probably right. And then Glenn Skirka says, stay away from the inverse funds. They rebalance every day. That's probably true, but an inverse Kramer fund, I think just doing the inverse of what he says is probably a genius strategy. I'm going to track that one. I'm really interested. And they have his name basically. It's S Jim in the fund. That's funny. That's probably the funniest thing I've seen today. So let's see. LD probably heard about that from another YouTube channel. Maybe. Yeah, one of you actually posted a link to another channel today, and I went and watched the video, and I looked at the guy's unrealized gains, and it was a little concerning. He had a lot of money, I'll give him that. He had like 350,000 in the account, but his unrealized gains were actually losses. They were like 60,000 in the hole. So, but anyway, if you're going to pitch other YouTube channels, just remember at the end of the day, redirect them back here if you don't mind. Or if you know other YouTube channels, get them to come on here and do a collab. I would definitely like to do that for sure. I like getting more people on, the more the better. All right, so let's see here. They use the term synthetic calls, but another name for that is a poor man's covered call. I know sometimes they try to like overload us with complicated terminology, and it's really not that complex. So basically, it's a poor man's covered call. Now, for those of you that don't know, because I'm sure some of you on here don't have as advanced option knowledge as the audience that's commenting on here. So a poor man's covered call is basically if you buy a leap option, and I'm going to explain this as best as I know it. If you buy a leap option and your broker recognizes that as you owning the stock. So then you sell covered calls against the leap option instead of the stock. So therefore, you don't need to own the stock, but you control the number of shares because you need 100 shares of a stock to be able to sell a covered call against it. So if you have one option contract on a leap option, then you can do what's called a poor man's covered call on it. That's how that works. And then let's see, Jose Guzman says, eventually, yeah, the APY would be down to 25%, but it should start high like the other yield max funds. Well, yeah, I agree. I think your best dividend is going to be your first one in most of these. And Glenn Skirka says, oh, so you've owned your car for 8 years. Well, good for you. 8 years. Wow. I think I've owned my car about 8 years too. I just have a Honda Accord. But yeah, 8 years has flown by. I just think about if I was YouTubing 8 years ago, where the channel would be. But everything happens when it's meant to. Mode X looks like a giant egg. My least favorite one is the SUV looking one. And like I said, no offense to anyone that drives that one. It just looks, it's too big and too tall. And it's like it's on the car chassis. So it just looks stupid to me, but to each their own. Let's see. Yes, driving to Vegas in 2 days, lots of charger and a massive charge station at State Line. You know what's cool too? I've seen they have that looks like something out of like Lord of the Rings or something, but it's like the two towers and it's like a huge solar farm. I passed that in the desert, basically driving between LA and Las Vegas. This huge thing with the two towers. So that was really cool. And then let's see, you said, yes, that was me. Like CLM, don't like that fund, loses too much capital value. Yeah, I don't remember what other fund that was, but yeah, the CLM, we looked at those. Those were going back to like 1987, and those have lost a lot since then. And yeah, poor man's covered call, we talked about that. Agreed, they make it sound more far complex than it actually is. Oh, good, I'm so glad we agree. So let's see here. What's this? Is that your channel, Robert? Oh, the one he put in the comments. I don't know. Like I said, I think every one of you commenting on here has the red YouTube icon, so that means in some way you have some type of uh, channel. But it would really, I would feel honored if I've inspired some of you to start your own channel because I know that's what got me going. But just remember, like they say, pay it forward or backwards in this case. Like just remember, if you get a channel that takes off, just remember to come on here and do a collab with me. So, because I've been at this for like since September 2021, and my growth's been kind of slow. I'm just about to hit like 1,500 subscribers, but I've seen other channels in less time than that like really take off. But for me, doing these dividend videos and like these ETF videos, I used to talk about a lot of different stuff. I used to do videos on budgeting. I did credit cards. I did options. I did everything finance basically. But the only topic that really stuck has been the dividends and the ETF dividends, especially talking about these funds. And that's what's really my growth's been more consistent with these. So definitely trying to keep it going. So let's see. Wow. Well, we turned this into like a almost a 40-minute video here. So let's see. Uh, any other comments, concerns, insightful notes here? Uh, let's see. I think I went over all of them. And okay. And what article am I sharing here? Let's see. I'll give it like another minute here. I forgot what article I was sharing because and I just gained more live viewers. Hey, I tell you what, if I keep gaining live viewers, I'll keep going. So we had this article yesterday from Heather Bell. Oh, Zega. Yeah. So we never did find that article, but oh well. Mention tickers. Oh, TSLQ. I think that one's like an inverse Tesla. Yeah, Tesla Bear. There's so many ETFs now. You know, the ETF number of funds it's growing exponentially. There's so many of them now. There's inverse this, inverse that, bidirectional this, bidirectional that. Like I said, the inverse Kramer one, that just made my day. I may buy that just because that guy, just what he says is a lot of times he's completely wrong, and I don't know if he does it on purpose or not. But let's see here. Okay, some more comments came in here. I like the boat fund, get all the shipping companies in one ETF. Yeah, that's a good one. You mentioned that one on the last video or one of the last videos. I think it might have been the one you super chatted me on. And I'll definitely remember that. Yeah, that's an 11% yield on a $32 fund. Sonic shares global shipping ETF. So I assume that includes Zim too. So anyway, let's see here. 14 got 14 live viewers. Look at all of you all up late. Well, I don't know. Some of you, it's not as late in other time zones, but here on the East Coast, it's getting there. All right, so let's see here. I have a rule of thumb. If the live viewers keep going up, I keep going. So I'm going to keep rolling. Single security ETFs. What's that? Single security ETFs received a lot of attention last year. The first single stock funds offering leveraged or inverse exposure to US listed securities debuted in July. What the heck is that? I probably just read that and sounded like I knew what I was talking about, but I really didn't. That's what's scary. You get people on TV like Kramer, they sound intelligent and they sound like they know what they're talking about, but then because they read well, but I literally that sentence I just didn't even understand. So, all right, a single security ETF, the first single stock funds offering leverage or inverse exposure to US listed. Was it really just a year ago? Inverse exposure. Interesting. Around the same time, FM Investments launched its family of ETFs that invest solely in a single on the run treasury security representing a particular tenor. And Innovator rolled out the Innovator Hedged TSLY, TSLA strategy ETF, TSLH. That's another one. Hedged Tesla strategy. Wow, there's so many of them, which offers hedged exposure to the forms of Tesla stock, hence the name. While the products from FM have done quite well, with the family expanding to 10 funds, with assets totaling more than 1.2 billion, the single security ETF tied to equities have mostly languished, with a few notable exceptions like the nearly $125 million AXS Tesla Bear Daily ETF TSLQ. TSLY and OARK have assets under management of 34.4 million and 14.2 million, respectively. I like how she writes here. She's writing like investment articles, but she kind of writes like a English major in a way with some good vocabulary and stuff. Makes it kind of hard for the average reader to understand, but I can appreciate it. But let's see here. I like this one. I like this comment so much I have to skip to it. He probably is a shill. It wouldn't surprise me at all. When he said buy Bear Stearns, maybe getting a bunch of people to put their money into Bear Stearns was somehow like a cynical play to try to save it. And then Robert is correct about, well, let's find out what he said. Let's circle back. I have 6,721 shares in TSLY now. Maybe put too much in. No, I doubt it. You're loaded anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? Look at that. We gained another live viewer. Okay. I would rather enter APLY than OARK. Kathy Wood is kind of crazy. Yeah, I would agree on that. Talks about stuff that will happen, but it will take decades. Well, like I said, the 2021 market made her look like a genius, but everybody was looking like a genius at that point. You know what I like? A lot of these like doomsday prophets. There's people that are always out there saying the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash, and then if and when it actually does, and this is how short it seems like that the average attention span is. People that they say, wow, this guy knew what he was talking about. He said the market was going to crash and he did. And I feel like that people that just say that over and over again, eventually one day they're right. And it's almost like that's their strategy because it's like they know the average attention span doesn't always pay close attention to this stuff, so they all of a sudden something comes up and then the person that's been saying that all of a sudden they get attention and wow, this person's a genius, they called the market crash, but then you look and they've been saying it for years. So let's see, still haven't found this out yet. Oh yeah, Kathy Wood, yeah, she's a wacko. Yeah, I think we agree on that one. So let's see here. This is a good article I have up. This is a good article. And I like just continuing to ramble on here. It's helps me to learn stuff too. It's good practice, not practice because this is a live video, but just rambling on and on about this stuff. The more I do it, the more I learn, and the more I educate you all, hopefully. And sometimes you all educate me. Let's see here. Don't feel bad. I got 12,700 shares of TSLY and three. I think you meant 3,200 shares of OARK. Maybe I'm crazy also. Well, you didn't buy ARK or ARKK, so you can't be totally crazy. And then here's Glenn Skirka again. There's no difference between any covered call ETF and TSLY. Well, I'd say the dividend payouts or the covered call payouts are different. The only difference is that YieldMax uses 100% of its portfolio, whereas other CC ETFs use maybe 30% of their portfolio. Interesting. Yeah, you may be right. I don't always look into it in that much detail, but you're probably right. And if you're right, you get a special prize to be determined. So let's see. Back to this article here. Yeah, I like this person's. Oh, I keep going to the wrong screen, but let's see here. This was on ETF.com. So much to read. You could probably just read all day. There's so much information out there. This article was about APLY. Let's see here. And then we got into single securities ETF. Oh, there's only basically two parts to the article. So we went over the single security ETFs, and then we've got related stories. So pretty good site here, ETF.com. Okay, so yeah, I'll definitely hit up that page later on. That's a good one. Let's see here. And then he says, wow, you retired, call your boss and say, take this job and shove it. Yeah, wouldn't we all like to do that? I mean, that's the goal. Well, I've only been in my new job for 6 months, but I like my new job a lot better than my old job. So I'm kind of just biding my time. Once I get to you all's level, hopefully it doesn't take me too long. But between the YouTube channel, between investing and all that, and something's going to take off, and there will come a day that I don't have to work either, and I can just do this full time. So, but I like the people I work with. I wouldn't tell them to shove it. I would just, you know, leave peacefully. And then, oh, an SVOL comment. I knew if I hung around long enough, I'd get an SVOL comment. I'm still investing in SVOL as well. Yeah, I mean, that's still a solid one. So yeah, let's see. Maybe after a few consecutive dividend payouts. Well, ideally, some of these companies, pay like severance. If you work there long enough, you can cash in on your years, get like a year salary. That's a nice bonus, nice jump start into retirement, which doesn't have to be when you're old. Retirement can be as soon as possible. That's always my answer. When do you want to retire? As soon as possible. Okay, so pretty good session again here. Thank you all for tuning in. I think I'm going to end it there. If you all enjoyed that, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Even if you didn't, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you all again. Oh, 16 live viewers. It went up by one more. That means I have to keep going. But what else can we talk about? Oh, TLTW. All right, you got me longer now. I'm in overtime now. Okay, let's see. TLTW. Wow, it almost really want me to stay on. As soon as I'm about to end, more more comments come in. TLTW. Now that one, like I said, because it's a bond fund, well, it's worth looking at. You know what? It is worth looking at. So let's see here. I guess I can go a full hour. My watch time needs it for sure. I'm still like 800 hours or 700 hours away, I think. I think I can make it. I think I can make it because I think May 4th is when the channel monetized. TLTW. Okay. I think this is the screen I'm sharing. That's the iShares 20 plus year Treasury bond buy right strategy ETF, and it's 33.69 is down 4 cents today, 34.07 in the after hours, so it's up 38 cents tomorrow. And let's see here, how long has this one been around? Since August 23rd. God, a lot of these aren't even a year old. So many new ETFs came out like a year ago. This one's down $6 since inception. And let's see, let's look at historical data, dividends. If I'm not mistaken, I think the dividend dropped way down. Yahoo's going to get me. Let's go into options. I don't want options. I want historical data, dividends, dividends. Let's see, dividends only. And, uh, ooh, how about that? That's a shocker. The dividend, for those of you that can see on the screen here, which should be all of you watching, uh, we doubled from March to April. That's impressive. Now, why that happened, I'm not sure. Maybe I misunderstand this fund, but wow, we doubled. So if that one, oh, I can do another video on that one. That's easy clickbait. 64 cents. Let's see here. 0.648 times 12, so annualized, that's 777. Good number, 3 sevens. Divided by 33.69, that's a 23%. Oh, I'm going to do another video on this one. I kind of, what happened after I saw the 30 cents? I said, oh, it's starting to drop. See, the trend, this is why sometimes they say stats are for losers. There was some coach that said that, and others tried to copy it. But here's what happened. Okay, so the expert statisticians in the room would say, well, the trend, they put their glasses on, they look all educated, like Kramer, but they don't know what the heck they're talking about. They say, well, and I may have even said this too, so who am I to talk? I may have even said this in a video. But so they say, well, we went from 51 cents to 46 cents to 30 cents. We're clearly on a downward trend. And then people don't invest. And then what happens? April, all of a sudden, the dividend doubles. Who saw that coming? Not only did it double, but it turned out to be the highest dividend that the fund has ever paid. So how about that? And why that happened, I have no idea. Some of you that follow this more closely might know. As many live viewers as we're getting, I should move this to like a Discord or something. I'm kind of like shortchanging myself here, I think. And all of you, we should move. We should get like a Discord going. Well, I have a Discord, but I haven't done anything with it. I have a Patreon too. Just really got to spend more time on this. Okay, let's see here. So why did this one? Now, my theory as to why this one paid a higher dividend, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Well, March. Oh, I know why. I think this is why. Because from March to April, the fund, you see this, it went up. So what that means, if this strategy is true, if this theory is true, To test the theory, you would see a fund drop. Remember this now, because a lot of people, when they see stuff drop, their brain shuts off. But this is when your brain actually needs to function at a higher level. So when you see this here, this mess here that happened from February 1st to March 2nd, when you see this means buy, because your dividend is probably going to be higher this next month. So that's my theory. Hope you all understood that. Now let's see here. Okay, so I went over that one, SVOL. We'll look at that one. Some more of you showed up. I knew if I hung around long enough, more of you would show up. Look up APLY's implied volatility. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. SVOL is very similar to TSLY. How do you figure that? Because I think TSLY is paying a lot more. But if you're looking at it from a volatility standpoint, oh shoot, I feel like an idiot here. I was sharing the completely wrong screen. I was on Yahoo Finance the whole time. That's funny. Well, good for you. You're working late. Hopefully, you're getting some overtime. Because I heard in California, not to crack any jokes at California, but I think a full work week's like 32 hours now. My cousin that lives out there was telling me that. So any time over 32 hours is overtime. But where they get you on the flip side is 32 hours is a full work week. So you may not get your other 8 hours, and that's what's happened to her. But anyway, yeah, I know. I caught that. I should have been reading these. I caught this like I guess a minute ago. I caught it when you caught it. Oh well, I'll go back. PBR. Let's see. PBR dot A is cheaper for the same dividend APR. I just saw PBR and I thought the beer. There's Andre Brown, aka New World Order. HYGW more than doubled also. I'll look at that one. Oh, you did catch this a while ago. I'm kind of going backwards on the comments here. SVOL is the VIX. You're right. You're right about that one. Yeah, California. I feel for California folks, but I tell you what, Rob Smith seems to love it out there. Good for him, though. You know what? If you're rich enough, California's great. So, okay. Oh, you did say PBR. That's funny. Any opinion on PBR? The dividend is nuts, and so is the option premiums. I'll have to look at that one. And I do agree with your comment here. SVL is the VIX. Let me get off this old screen here because I thought I was off of it. Kind of a little embarrassed there. Oh well. All right, share screen again. Now let me go back to, because I was talking about TLTW. So let me show you just real quick. I'll sum up what I said here. Now follow this close. My theory as to why TLTW's dividend was higher. Ooh, my battery's about to die. I'll be right back. That's what happens when you go too long. Your battery starts to go. I wish Apple could come up with like an Elon Musk battery like the Teslas. Somebody needs to talk to Elon and ask him to do that. Okay, so what I'm seeing here. Okay, so pay attention close here. From February 1st to March 2nd, you see how it did this? It dropped. So therefore, the dividend was lower in March. But what did it do after that? It's like a V shape. So we had a recovery the next month. So from March 2nd to April 3rd, we went up. So the dividend was higher, or the bond payout, or whatever it's called. The money in your pocket or the money in the bank was higher. That's my theory. So then when this happens, you would want to buy here if you're looking at just playing the dividend, getting a higher dividend. You want to buy, but see, then you're trying to time. But you got to look at it this way, because then you could say, oh, it's dropping. Could it drop further? Yeah, it could. But then you may think you're timing the market. But you got to look at it that, okay, if I like this fund, if I'm really confident in this fund, then buying down here is a really good deal because I'm getting it cheaper than where I was before. Okay, enough of that one. Now let me look this is it HYGW? This is the one I got hung up on when I was doing the spreadsheet. This is the high yield corporate bond buy right strategy, HYGW. I think I did a comparison on this one. Let's see if this one performed the same. So let's see. First of all, how long has it been around? Oh, same time, August 22nd, 2022. And then let's see, year to date, 37. So it's dropped a little bit. Now let's see. Ooh, we had a free fall here. Now let's see what the dividend did. Let's see. and then we'll look at the other ones. I saw a PBR one, which has my attention now. First of all, let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Yeah, I am this time. Okay, let's see. My current comment. Let's see. Let's see here. $800 to start an LLC. Whew, not business friendly at all. Only $2 to start one in Maine. Florida's pretty business friendly too. And then let's see. APLY and SVOL is a play on the volatility. That's where the dividend comes from. Yeah. Yeah, $800 to start an LLC. That's crazy. I don't have memorized what the fee is to start an LLC, but I'm sure I will one day here in my home state. It's a yearly fee. That's crazy. What a crazy state. Used to be such a great state. It produced like 3 of our presidents. Hopefully it doesn't produce a 4th, because that could mean Newsom. I don't know if that would be a good thing or not. Oh, look, see, the longer I go, the more of you show up. I've been going almost an hour. Where have you been? We're just talking about California and the crazy, the high taxes and stuff. I heard the surplus that they had, not to get too political, but the state of California finally had a surplus after all these years, and I heard it's gone again. So I don't know what happened there. But anyway, I like going out there. I have friends and relatives out there, but it's an expensive state for sure. I have a saying, same thing with New York. Great place to visit, not to live. So, okay, where are we? HYGW. Oh, I want to look at the dividend here. And then I've got a couple other funds to look at. So let's see here. Dividends only. Oh, come on. Okay. Ooh. All right, there's something going on with this one. I got to get to the bottom of this one, or maybe some of you can figure this out. So this may invalidate my theory that I just had on the last one. So between March and April, this one doubled also. It went from 38 cents to 85 cents. All right, and this didn't do the same thing the last one did, because I just said it was like a V shape, right? From what I saw in this one, this wasn't a V shape. Let me look again. Okay. So between, let's see, March, where are we? March 2nd, March 1st, March 2nd. We dropped, and yet the dividend doubled. So, okay. I officially have no idea on that one why those happened. The TLTW and the HYGW. Florida's bad. Now, why is that? Yesterday you say the lightning's bad. Now you say Florida's bad. Why? I think Florida's a great state. It's a little humid, but it's great otherwise. It's not as cold as Canada. All right, what other ones did we have here? Let's see. Oh, PBR.A. I don't know what that one is. I've heard of the beer, but let's see. PBR.A. Not coming up. Cheaper for the same dividend, APR. Oh, that might be another exchange. Oh, SVOL. Let me see here. We can do our customary lookup of SVOL. SVOL. Come on. Trying to get back to the screen here. Let's see. SVOL. %17.83%, still $22.15 a share, down 1 cent today, $22.40 in the after hours. Now let's see, PBR. Is this the one here? Petrobras, Petróleo Brasileiro. This must be Brazilian Petroleum Fund. 1166. I'm not sure what exchange this is on. Oh, 52% dividend. I like that one. But let's see. Let's see what it's been doing. Oh, going all the way back to 2000. How about that? It peaked at $70. That's when we had the crazy oil run up in 2008. Let's see. $9. Let's go back to the last like 5 years. 15 dropped here. Let's see. Went up. Okay, so 52% dividend yield. Pretty solid. Let's see what the monthly dividend's been. Oh, we have an ex-dividend date of April 28th. God, there's so many of these funds. I need to start taking notes on these because I've got a lot of good ideas. I can keep this thing going. Okay, let's see here. Um, we had, oh, it's quarterly. Okay, so this dividend's dropping actually. So we had $1.46 or $1.47, May 24th, 2.59, August 12th, $1.29 or almost $1.30, November 22nd, and then we have $1.11, April 28th. So this one's dropping. So there's that one. Let's see what else we got here. Still holding steady, 16 live viewers. And then let's see here what we got here. Any others? Oh, I got to scroll. Wow, I got so many comments. I have to scroll down to read them. Okay, let's see. Which is the worst state to live in? Okay, so we're going to have this conversation now. So here's the thing about the South. So Florida, we get so many people from other parts of the country and other parts of the world here. I really don't consider Florida part of the South, even though Florida is like the most southern state that there is. Um, People are from every. We get like we probably have millions of people from New York. Get a lot of people from California in our state. We had a lot of people from like Latin America, South America, Central America, the islands. There's a ton of people. So I don't consider Florida. Yeah, the South as a whole is poor. Like you think about like Mississippi, Alabama, but Florida is. I don't consider Florida to be like part of the South, honestly, even though geographically it is. Oh God. Florida jokes. I will tell you why Florida gets the rap that it does because you hear all these stories about like Florida man, which I'm not. I mean, I guess I could be, but you hear these crazy stories because the way legal records are, anyone in the media can basically get records. So there's all these like crazy stories which probably exist in other states too, but the way the records are more accessible here, we get all these crazy stories like these bug eating contests and things like that. But honestly, Florida's a great state, and I'll tell you, traveling around over the last 5 years or so, like I used to, I would get crap for being from Florida. I used to get, oh, that's the state where people die in bug eating contests. But I'll tell you, over the last few years, especially, Florida has a lot of respect, especially people from other states. They're like, yeah, you're living in a great state there. But anyway, to each their own. This particular phenomenon here is not something that I partake in, but I'm not saying it doesn't happen. So okay, and then oh, I haven't seen you in a while. You showed up. Does PBR issue a K1? I'm not sure. I don't really know much about it. But let's see now. And then we said, don't know. Still want a little bit of Zim. So do I. You know what? I want to get into that one too. PBR is based out of Brazil. I'll ask Schwab. You're an expat though. Why worry about K1? That's funny. Um, what is that exactly? I've noticed his name has that in the name. Um, Corrupt, avoid PBR. Oh, is that what that means? Okay, something like that. And he says, okay, your username is misleading. Still have to do taxes. And then let's see here. And then we got an LOL. And then wow, got a lot of backlog of comments here. You can still live outside the U.S. and be a U.S. citizen. Yeah, that's true. You can still live in Florida and be a U.S. citizen too. You can still live in California and be a U.S. citizen. What country do you live in? And then he says, okay, I thought expat meant you renounced it. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, Philippines. Philippines. You know, a lot of these other countries are actually more affordable, like even Thailand, I've heard, if you wanted to go outside of the US. Let's see now. Philippines. That's good. Yeah, nice. It's like Zim. I think they're based out of Israel. They withhold 15%, something like that. Oh, he's lying. Uh-oh. Do you ever tell the truth? LOL. Let's see here. Oh, you all caught up with our state discussion here. Lots of Massachusetts people moved to Florida. Yeah, that's true because I notice it in the Rays games. Like a lot of people from, and most of our sports teams, like we get fans from, like the stadiums can be 50-50, even though it's a home game. We get a lot of people from, like when we play Boston, it can be full of Boston fans. We play New York, like the Yankees, it can be full of Yankees fans. Same thing with the hockey. Like we get half of the fans are from like the other teams typically. He says no. And then here you are again. I hold SVOL, LQDW, HYGW, and TLTW, but I'm also liking the consistent dividend and price chart of SPYI. Yeah, I covered that one actually. Seems like the strategy of selling covered calls, buying out of the money covered calls. Yes, something like that. Oh, and then I guess you ran out of space. So part two of your comment is here. You said is working. Florida man investing. That might be a channel idea. I actually had a friend give me another channel idea. So there may be, I don't know, a change may be coming. It's between that and the Prince of Finance. So one or the other. Let's see here. If yield, maybe I'll do a poll to see. If yield max keeps paying, I'll move to Peru. Why Peru? He says, you're 0 for 2, can't believe much of what you say. That's funny. Every now and then I'll buy a few shares of CHY, a little stability. Don't believe a word I say. Yeah, it's funny. You've been subscribed to my channel for a while because I think you had a different name before. When I first started doing dividend videos like a year ago, you had your icon was like from, I think from the movie Saw or something. I remember seeing that. I have a weird memory. I remember these random things. So anyway, we'll take you at your word on that. Don't believe a word he says. You're supposedly broke but buying stocks. Well, some people do that. Like when people were getting stimulus checks, they were using them to buy stocks. So, hey, I'm not opposed to that. Buy stocks instead of blowing your money. Have you checked into Buck and high ETFs? What in the world is Buck? Does it buck the trend? I would hope. Simplify, interesting. Where do you all learn about all these? It's good. I like this. We get on here and we keep finding new ones. This one looks really choppy if you're talking about volatility. Buck, interesting. Let's see now. Okay, new comments here. Still got the backlog. Here we go. Let's see here. I'm not surprised you feel this way. I would love to move out of California. Florida's on the short list. Wow, a lot of you from California. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. I like to read all the comments. At Broke Expat John, I hold CHW for the same reason. Dominican Republic is cheap to live in. So is Haiti, right? Yeah. Actually, we get a lot of people from Dominican Republic that move to Florida. I knew I was going to get a comment that said this. I wasn't going to go here, but that's exactly what he's going to run on. Hey, is that where the surplus money went? I don't know what all's going on over there, but it won't surprise me. Not to get too political, but I feel like that's going to end up happening, and no one has any control over it. He's going to do what he wants to do, and he may win on that. Who knows? HYLD. I've done another video on that one. Let's see here. You said you addressed me directly. These CEF and preferred calls funds are great non-covered call funds, PFFA, PFFD, STK. I'm going to have to probably go back and just take notes because there's so many of them at this point. Let's see. The Canadian ETFs are regulated, the same dividend yields every month, no volatility. Interesting. Can you buy Canadian stocks living in the US? I don't see why not. You know what? Let me try right now. Even though the market's closed, let me log on to my broker and see. I'm going to type one in. Give me a Canadian stock, anybody. I know we have some from Paul Varden. I don't have them memorized right now, but let's see. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't see why you couldn't. What's CHW? What's it? Dang, I'm having a hard time keeping up with comments here. What's CHW? There's Chewy, the pet food company. CHW. Is that the right ticker? Not seeing it. Oops, what's this one? USA really good. Wish it was monthly. Oh, let me see. USA. Wait a second. USA. Oh, we looked at this one on a video probably like 6 months ago. The Liberty All Star Equity Fund, 9.6% yield. Yeah, that one was a good one, but it looks like, let's see, mm, year to date hasn't fluctuated too much. That's a good one. I forget about some of these here. Yeah, hold on here. I'll get to it. I'll put it up on the screen before I read it. Yep. Through your broker, I want Canadian Canoe ETF. You can buy Canadian. Yeah, I thought so. Unsure of taxes for you folks. Aren't taxes higher in Canada? I have to do some studying on that. Canadian banks for sure. Canoe ETF, Canadian Canoe REIT, very good. Huh? What's this one? Canoe. Oh, it's NTF. This is an over-the-counter markets for US. Canoe EIT income fund. Is this the right one? I wonder if this is the right one. I'll add it to the list. I wonder how many of these the iPhone can hold because I might have close to 1,000 of them on here. Is that the ticker? I'm not sure if that's the ticker or not. But anyway, well, been going quite a while here. I think I am going to have to end it now. It's been real and it's been fun. What's this now? HYLD yields about 15%. Plus, you have the exchange rate, so add another 4%. What exchange rate? All right, you're going to make me look it up now. You got me. I'm going to look it up. Wow, you all really are into finance. I like this. I got the audience I've always wanted. What was it again? HYLD. Why is there an exchange? 26.45, 7%. So add another 4%. But why is there an exchange? Why is there an exchange? All right, got to answer this here. Oh, some of you like it. HYLD is nice. Yes. Canoe Income Fund. Yeah, but to Glenn Skirka, why is there an exchange rate on this one? I'm kind of stumped here. It looks like it's a US fund. So let me look it up on the phone. HYLD. What's the exchange? Oh, Canadian. So then do all Canadian funds have an exchange rate too? So do we add another like 4% onto it? Some of you guys are more advanced than me on this, obviously, even though I'm the coach. HYLD.U. Let's see, what's this one? HYLD.U. See, there's no need to watch shows on TV in the evening. Just come here and watch this and discuss finance. What a better way, honestly, what better way to spend your time? Forget about all these shows on TV. What better way to spend time than watching and participating in finance videos? It's investing, it's making money. What a productive use of time. So let's see, you buy in Canadian shares for American listing. Okay, interesting. But okay, I didn't see anything about HYLD.U. I missed Matlock for this. See? Wow. So I'm competing with a high level peer group now. Honestly, there's not a lot of good stuff on right now. The Disney Star Wars stuff's kind of like waned. The Mandalorian, I only watched. Oh, yeah, watching hockey. That's probably why you were late, right? Well, my Lightning beat Toronto yesterday, but yeah, they're not playing today. But yeah, so I could just have that on over here and be coaching too. You convert your U.S. dollars to Canadian, you gained 4%. Really? Because the Canadian dollar is weaker than the U.S. dollar. Interesting. Look it up. Look what up? Oh, well, I'm trying to on the iPhone. Let's see. HYLD.U. I may have to go to Yahoo. Oh, You know what? I have a feeling because the Bruins, the Boston Bruins, okay, they're in the same boat that the Lightning were in a couple of years ago, or a few years ago. The Lightning had like the best record in the NHL. They were like 64 and 16 or something, or they won like over 60 games. It was an NHL record at the time. But what happened? They got swept in the first round, and it was devastating. No one could believe it. But after that, it paved the way for them to be in like three Stanley Cups, and they won two. Should have won three, but that's another story. Hamilton, let's see, Hamilton ETFs. Is that what that one is? Let's see, from your comment up here. Okay, I guess that's what you were talking about. All right, well, let me try to look up hyld.u. I'll try to look this one up on Yahoo. It's funny, I have to say, that a city like Tampa is good at hockey, a cold weather sport, and Tampa is like one of the hottest cities. It's just funny. Okay, nothing coming up for hyld.u. Oh well, I'll have to uh, I'll have to look that up later. Let's see here. I'm on vacation in Victoria. Very nice. They get that in Washington D.C. too. No snow. How far? That's a Canadian province, right? How far is that? Um, is that like the east side? Let me look real quick now. Um, is that like in British Columbia? What's this here? Canadian ETFs are regulated, same yield every month, no volatility. Let me see something here. Yeah, I was right. Good guess. British Columbia, huh? It's the capital. Cool. Cool deal. So Canadian ETFs are regulated, same yield every month, no volatility. Victoria, as far west as you. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, it's further west than the west coast of the U.S. because it kind of bends like this. Well, I guess. Well, as far as Canada, I mean, you could. Alaska is further west, but yeah, that'd be an interesting vacation. Just Google it. Google what? Oh, well, I'm just looking on my map here. See, I have. Yeah, I have it. I have it here. Um, what other? Were we looking at another fund? Dang, look at that! 17 live viewers. Y'all are keeping me on a while today. So, all right, what are we googling? So I look at my maps. I think I've covered all the funds that you all asked about. Let's see. Oh, the screen's kind of cut off at the top. Let's see here. HYLD. Oh, you might be saying Google this one. Let me see if the screen switches over now. HYLD. Oh, here we go. Oh, Toronto Stock Exchange. Hamilton Enhanced U.S. Covered Call ETF. Now, what's the big draw to this one? 1247 for a year, down 26.21%. For this year to date, it's up 4.7%. Interesting. Okay, it has American listed stuff in it. Well, that's good. So okay, so that's that. I miss when Google Finance was good. I used to go to Google Finance for everything instead of Yahoo Finance, but they changed something, and I quit following it. But I used to always use Google Finance. Let's see. HYLD is a fund of a fund. It holds JEPI and many of your favorites. What's the dividend though? I think I did a video on this one, but I didn't delve too deep into it. But let me look here. This will be the last one I look at. Then I am going to have to end it here. So let's see. HYLD. All right. HYLD. Um, yeah, because instead of owning JEPI, I could just own this one. So yeah, good point. Let's see. Historical prices. Historical prices. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Dividends. Oh, it's a constant 17 cents. And look at that, it hasn't fluctuated. 17, let's see, 17 times 12, 204. I think what I concluded was that this wasn't a very high yield, even though it says high yield. 7.7%. Yeah, we could do better than that one. But anyway, oh, 15%. So that must be the Canadian one. Look at the holdings. Yeah, that'll have to be for another video. I am going to have to end it now. Let's see. We'll get these comments here. Look at the holdings. There's a bunch of covered calls. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll look at this one again. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. We've been going quite a while here. Wonder why SEO didn't pay a dividend for the first 4.5 months. Yeah, I've wondered that too. Anyway, yeah, good night, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. And see you on the flip side. Take care.